Welcome to the Explainer. We've got a massive, rapidly unfolding situation in Maharashtra's education system today, so we're going to move fast. Right on the heels of the NEET UG a massive storm has hit the 2026 MHT CET. This is the gateway exam for engineering and medical colleges in the state, and right now we're looking at some wild allegations. We're talking major irregularities, score manipulation, and a system under absolute stress. Let's get right into the data.
Seriously, think about this for a second. How does a student who barely passes or even straight up fails their high school math exams suddenly score a perfect 100 percentile in a cutthroat engineering entrance exam? Well, that's exactly the core statistical anomaly that ignited this entire controversy. It's a total statistical shockwave, and it has parents, students, and political leaders absolutely demanding answers.
Just look at this quote from a viral YouTube video by Swayam Physics. It perfectly captures the raw anger out there right now. The explosive claim here is that the whole system was compromised and results were literally bought with cash. And it's not just YouTube. Online forums like Reddit are flooded with this stuff. You've got students compiling massive spreadsheets, comparing these low board scores to perfect CET percentiles, and begging the authorities to step in and investigate. Section 1. Data Defying Belief. Check out this jarring discrepancy presented by Congress leader Sachin Sawant. We have a student who scored a mere 37% in their Class 10 exams, right? But somehow, they secured a 99.971 percentile in the MHCET. Now remember, the CET syllabus is heavily based on 11th and 12th grade concepts. So the opposition is understandably asking, how does someone leap from a 37% foundational understanding to suddenly outperforming 99.9% of the entire state? It's wild. And here is another staggering contrast. This is for the student who achieved rank 66 overall. They scored just 33 marks in Class 12 mathematics. But in the CET mathematics section, a 99.971 percentile. Plus, their overall board percentage in physics, chemistry, and math combined was actually less than 48%. This total disconnect between standard board evaluations and these CET results is really the primary fuel for all the current outrage. But the most crucial point is highlighted by this single number right here, 64.3%. According to data cited by political leaders, if you take the top 18 ranked students in CET mathematics, meaning students who secured a literal 100 percentile, their average HSC Board math score was just 64.3%. Out of the top 10 ranked students, 6 actually scored below average in their board math exams, with some scoring as low as 35 marks. Section 2. Glitches and Exam Centers. Now, let's look at the viral case of Routuja Khaylapure, a student from Akola. This case really sparked widespread fears of digital manipulation. Basically, she downloaded her scorecard and saw an 85.95 percentile. Great, right? But logging in a bit later using the exact same application and roll number, her scorecard suddenly read 33.95 percentile. A formal complaint has now been filed with the Chief Minister's office, demanding to know if this was just a weird technical glitch, an administrative error, or, something a lot more sinister. Then there's the whole issue of where these top scores are concentrated. Out of 25 total exam sessions, specific centers produced unusually high numbers of top percentile students. G.H. Raisoni College in Pune had 222 students score above the 99th percentile. Thakur College had 133. G.H. Raisoni Tech Institute had 120. Government Engineering College had 108. And Shaw and Anchor Kochi had 99. While authorities note these centers simply had more students appearing in general, the sheer concentration of top ranks in these localized hubs has definitely raised eyebrows. Section 3. The official CET defense. First and foremost, the authorities are pushing back hard. The CET cell has officially filed complaints with the state cyber cell and the police. They're specifically targeting those viral audio and video clips, including one where a woman allegedly offers to manipulate a CET exam center for cash. The CET cell is asking the police to trace the source, verify these claims, and take strict action against anyone spreading them. Now, as for those massive score discrepancies we looked at a minute ago, CET cell Commissioner Dilip Sardesai offered a pretty direct defense. He totally acknowledges that 202 students who scored between the 98th and 100th percentile in the CET only secured 40 to 50% in their board exams. But he points out that the reverse is also true. 50 students who scored above 90% in their board exams ended up scoring below the 30th percentile in the CET. His argument? Mismatches happen in both directions simply because the exams have completely different formats and evaluation methods.
Furthermore, the CET cell points to their incredibly strict anti-cheating guidelines. They emphasize that exam centers are allotted centrally and automatically, meaning no manual interference. They've also implemented a complete ban on AI tools, screen mirroring, and hidden cameras. Add to that mandatory CCTV and strict biometric verification at all centers, and they warn that any negligent centers face severe penalties or outright derecognition.
Section 4. A System Under Scrutiny. Unsurprisingly, the political heat right now is intense. Shiv Sena leader Sushma Anhare made a really striking point, saying that while stealing a mango doesn't ruin someone's life, leaking an exam paper destroys a student's entire future. Various opposition leaders are actually drawing parallels to the infamous Vyapam scam. They're alleging that blacklisted IT agencies with past criminal records regarding paper leaks are repeatedly being handed government examination contracts. Their claim is that these so-called technical glitches are sometimes intentionally created as a cover for manipulation. And here's the thing, this isn't even the first time Maharashtra has faced this exact scenario. Back in March 2015, students alleged mass cheating, incorrect questions, and huge technical glitches in the MBA CET. They demanded a full retest. The Bombay High Court actually stepped in and temporarily stalled admissions, but ultimately, they dismissed the students' plea for a retest, stating they couldn't intervene in the examination system and just allowed admissions to continue normally. So history might be a highly relevant indicator for how this 2026 situation plays out. Which brings us to the most important question of all today. With lakhs of students' futures hanging in the balance, will the current investigations into these glaring anomalies actually restore trust? Or had these repeated controversies from NEET to MHT CET permanently compromise the perceived integrity of our competitive education system? At the end of the day, the future of millions relies on this fundamental trust in merit-based systems. It's an absolutely critical situation, and we'll just have to wait and see how the authorities and the courts respond. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and remember, keep questioning the data.